Okay, can everybody hear me now?
Wait.
Okay, cool. So let's try this again. Hello everyone, and welcome to Starlight Society on the Greyhawk channel. We're playing Forbidden Lands, which is this game. It is a hex crawl game. Combat is somewhat deadly if you are used to Dungeons & Dragons, where everything kind of explodes at the player's fingertips. This is kind of the opposite. If players aren't careful, they could very quickly end up as the crispy, gooey bits that the monsters are chewing on. In our game, the material plane and the Feywild are slowly colliding with each other, and the player's objective is to find out the secrets of the Starlight engine, which can prevent this cataclysmic event. So, I guess kind of going clockwise, we'll go ahead and do introductions for you and introductions for your character, and I'll kind of just go in that order. So we'll start with Ian, who's in the top left.
Hi, I'm Ian, and I'll be playing Sin. He is a half-elf hunter, a little bit different from like a ranger or a fighter class from D&D, and he has a lot of problems. So whoever's below me.
That's about right.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and do Skitters.
Hi, I'm Sean. I'm playing Skitters. Skitters is a tiefling rogue, and who is probably driving Sin to drink, so that's it.
Okay, and going over to Sorry.
I am Puna Cornucopia. I am playing Sorry, and they are a halfling druid. Street urchin who likes animals.
Cool. And going up to Blatt, our strange leather-helmed friend.
Hi. I'm Marathi. I am playing Blatt, who is a goblin sorcerer with delusions of grandeur.
And I am an alien. I mostly talk a lot on Twitter, usually about gender and bisexuality, and about RPGs and safety tools, which we are using. So some of the safety tools we've been using here, because they are very important to me, we're using Lines of Gales, which I've anonymously collected from the players. They are essentially things that will not show up in the game, / will become immediate fade to black scenes, depending on whether they're a line or a veil, respectively. And we are also using X, N, and O cards, which are content curation tools that we can use to say, hey, this is making me uncomfortable, and we need to not have it in the game. Forbidden Lands, like I said, is a bit of a hex crawl, and I will actually switch over and let you all see the map. So we are playing in the Perrinland. I've taken some liberties with the layout, but our characters are all starting in Schwarzenbrunn, which is the capital city of the Perrinland. The map currently does not show where the different convergences between the realms have happened / are happening. Essentially, these are things that will come up throughout play. Initially, you are starting out, so all of your players, or all of your characters, are familiar with each other, whether you've worked together extensively or have somewhat recently met. You've at least done one job together as members of the Starlight Society. And we've got a few different legends, which if you go to the handouts on the character sheet, I've got a folder for the different legends that are available. So you should be able to see a couple different legends that your characters are currently aware of in the world near Schwarzenbrunn. Now, this game is a bit of a hex crawl, and the time takes place in a matter of quarter days. These are exactly what they sound like. They're 6-hour periods, essentially. And they can be everything from moving a couple hexes with the hike action, and all of the journey stuff, should start. I've got a page in my notes here somewhere on page 143 if you'd like to review what options are available at any point. Essentially, you can move around the map. You're looking for different points of adventures. The legends are optional. They're things that kind of point you into directions of where interesting things are happening in the world. But if you choose to completely go somewhere else, go for it. I will come up with something on the fly. I'm a big fan in hex crawls of using random generators, so I will probably roll up whatever, like something for you to encounter. And over time, we'll try to move this towards finding the Starlight engine. So, to start off with, I'll go ahead and turn it over to all of you if you would like to have your characters meeting up, reviewing some of the legends and the rumors that you've heard. These are things that mostly they've been things that have been passed down through the years, or just rumors you hear as merchants talk to each other, things along those lines. So,
I am missing the pop-up thingy that you said that we should be able to see.
Should be in roll 20.
So in Roll20, there should be, and here I can actually, I believe, show to players.
Ah!
So you should see.
They were half off my page.
These are the 3 rumors that you've currently got some knowledge of. And for the sake of the viewers, we've got a rumor of a fleeing noble. 300 years ago, there was an enterprising young noble lord, believed to have carried out great misdeeds against his kin, assassinating his father with a magical dagger. Said that he fled his family's wrath, and fled nearby to the forest to the southeast of Schwarzenruin. But the forest that he fled into seemed as if a mirage. Neither he nor his pursuers have been found to this day. There's the Hamletsburg dilemma. We've learned a rumor from several merchants in Schwarzenberg that the village of Hamletsburg to the northwest is reportedly having troubles with very aggressive packs of wolves in the nearby hills. And you all, as members of the Starlight Society, are privy to the Starlight prophecy, and this is what foretold what's coming with the Starlight, or with the Feywild and Material Plane merging. And the prophecy states that the first key is located in some ruins to the northwest. So you are all in. All of volume is okay. I will raise volume, and hopefully everyone should be able to hear. So if somebody could talk, and we can test that.
I am mostly interested in the wolves.
Okay.
Sounds like good pay.
Get rid of a few wolves, get some food.
All right, wolves.
We don't need to eat them.
Why not?
Just let me talk to him first.
Okay.
Doesn't always fucking go well. God damn it.
That's because of how you talk to them.
I grab a drink and just down it to his last drop. Slam it on the table.
What?
You know you can eat those too, right, Blatt?
Yep. What? Bugs are tasty. Protein.
Well,
Just ask Sorry.
glare at Sorry.
They feed it to their pets.
Maybe I'll just go and talk to the wolves by myself.
I'm not gonna leave you to die.
Need someone to go with you. Wolves are notorious for just, eating halflings.
Yeah, but, I'm good at talking to animals, so...
I'm good at talking to humans. It doesn't stop the occasional one from trying to beat me head in.
You don't have to come with me, it's fine. I don't need help.
We'll want to be nearby.
I sit up from wherever we're sitting down and talking, grab the longbow that's resting against the chair, fiddle it in my hand, and say, "Fine. Well, I'll help."
I will get up from my chair, or Black will get up from his chair.
How
we'll
can we
glance
tell if you're
into-
standing?
Exactly. He'll get up from the chair, have a look inside his own mug and Sin's mug and Sorry's mug if she leaves it if they haven't finished their drinks. Black will.
Okay.
I see you reaching
And then
for my mug.
we'll hop off the chair to about the same height as the chair. And pick up the staff and stuff.
I see you eye my mug, and I'll give you the evil or stink side eye.
What? You put it down and got up? If you weren't finished it, you should have finished it.
Right.
I'll buy you the next one.
Holding you that. Holding you.
Shauna, it seems like you're still quiet. Can you say something real quick?
How's this sound? Does it sound okay?
How's that,
Oh,
chat?
that's okay.
5x5.
Yeah, I can hear you all right on here. I don't know.
All right. Let's see.
I can't tell. I keep hearing a noise, like an arrow fire, and I can't tell if that's from Sirenscape or if that's a notification that is not showing correctly.
Yeah, I think if it's the hour check, it might be the notification.
Okay, and I need to figure out why OBS isn't showing that. Oh, that's why. Okay. And
I have the first cat of the game.
First cat.
Yeah.
First cat. Yay.
there we go. Okay. Alerts should be fixed, so chat, please let me know if they do not go through. I will keep an eye out. Okay, so
Oh, it's the Greyhawk Falls sound.
Yeah.
yeah. So alerts should be fixed. Should trademark. Lock that. So Hamletsburg is up here, if you can see on the map. There, ping so that we're all seeing it. And if I go over to tabletop, so Hamletsburg over here is a somewhat smallish village. That said, it is so with a hike action during a journey when you're moving on the map. A quarter's day of hiking is 2 tiles essentially. So it'll take you roughly half a day to get from Schwarzenberg, crossing over the bridge, and getting to Hamletsburg. Or Schwarzenbruen, sorry.
Okay.
Um,
And what's the time of day right now?
So right now it's about midday, roughly. So in terms of quarter days, so far the morning and the morning quarter day has passed, the first quarter day, and we are currently in the second quarter day. And I will say it is currently early spring in this area, at least, of Flanness.
Cool.
All right.
Okay, so
I mean, there's lots
Hi.
of reasons that wolves could be attacking things. Like, maybe they're just hungry.
Yeah, they're starting to feed on, me. What people like me, like, and point over to Blatt, like, him.
I don't think anybody would eat him.
Maybe.
If Will's hungry enough, he'll eat just about anything.
Yes. And we're here to make sure they don't eat you. So, there we go.
I don't know, killing some more wolves. Did that a couple of weeks ago. Don't mind killing some more. If Sorry can't talk to them.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll see if they're willing to listen, and if they got their ears plugged up with fluff, then we'll have to beat it out of them.
That one.
Fine.
No, don't know. Maybe the other wolves just don't help them pull the fur out their ears or something.
Maybe they just need to be told that they're special.
Yeah.
What?
Special.
Okay. So are you set on?
Maybe we just need to give them puppy dog eyes.
Pat Blat on the head, kind of in between his two ears, a little too hard. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just fine, thank you.
Okay, so normally whenever you are taking the hike action, you'll determine somebody in the party to take the lead, and going from one hex to another, they have to make a survival roll essentially to have found a viable path from one hex to another. In our case, because we are going in a somewhat more civilized and less horribly ruined world than the Forbidden Lands default, I've marked these brown paths on the route or on the map. If you're traveling along a path, I will not make you make somebody do that survival roll. So you will, without any issue, be able to make it up to the village with essentially 2 quarter days of travel.
Follow the Branishford Road. Follow the Branishford Road.
I'm assuming that
And that's
Blatt
what we sing the whole time.
I'll pull out a flask.
Definitely in character.
If I burst into song,
Okay. So each hex is roughly 10 kilometers. It seems like a bit of a long travel for me, to me, but that's what Forbidden Lands says. So you make your way up to the town of Hamletsburg. It's a very small village. It's got maybe 200 people total. Evening is coming around, and I'm going to assume that while you were in Schwarzenbrunn, you had already eaten, had water, and all that stuff. So you're not going to have to worry about spending any rations to do that today. But you will need to figure out something for a place to stay, because it is roughly evening. I don't believe you have a lot of money. So you can try to find an inn or a tavern or something, or if you'd like to make camp, you can do that. Or if you'd like to just continue pushing on and find somebody in the middle of the night willing to give you information, you can do that as well. What would you like to do?
Blatt has found something arguably edible, and given the only person that's been nice to him so far without making fun of him, he will break a bit off and offer it to Skitters while wandering.
Yep, Critters just does that thing like.
Okay.
I can. I'm not going to have any trouble finding anywhere to sleep, but I might want to do it outside of town.
Anyone bring an extra tent? I got one.
I have one back here.
Cool. We spend.
What's wrong with the ground?
Oh, we can sleep on the ground. This is just in case of, and I point up to the sky.
Air?
Rain.
What in case the clouds eat you?
Rain is free water.
Yeah.
But it's cold.
So, some things that I will note. Make camp does take a quarter day and is separate from the actual rest. So, if you're sleeping outside and making an actual camp to rest in, it will essentially take 2 quarter days if you want to make sure that you actually get sleep, and you'll pick up in basically just after 6 in the morning tomorrow.
Is it possible to just lay down our tents and use that as shelter for the night and sleep just on the ground with no fire?
That is something that you can do. Yeah.
Okay.
So essentially I would treat it as the sleep action for a journey, because
Okay.
I mean, you may not be setting up a super good camp, but you're at least getting some rest.
Right.
Okay, and sleep doesn't have anything to roll for it, and I'm going to say you managed to find a decent enough place to get some shelter between your equipment and like the side of a building. You're certainly not getting like a glamorous amount of rest or anything here. You're essentially vagrants just sleeping wherever you can find somewhere to sleep at the moment.
3 vagrants and a weasel going to dig a little burrow.
This is completely normal for skitters. Just like leaning against a building, just sleeping.
Okay.
If I can find some hay or any, like even just like piles of something that can like be like pulled over to keep like the actual chill off, then that's good enough for me.
Okay.
I would quite happily work with skitters to try and find stuff just to like pull over ourselves.
So gear-wise, does anybody actually have? Yeah, it looks like most of you do have some tents, or at least Sin has a tent.
I would be surprised if I have a tent.
A small tent can fit 2 people.
Nothing.
Yeah, Skitters has a tent. The same. I think it's the same kind of tent.
Okay.
Okay. Well.
Okay, cool.
Nope.
So, you get some rest, and morning comes about. Some people are, a lot of people are kind of walking around. They're going to do their morning tasks. You do notice that there does seem to be a small group of people gathering somewhat to the northwest of the city.
Well, that's telling. Shall we?
I will hang towards the. I will let the people that won't make other people angry just by existing.
Yeah. I think probably Skitters and Blad are probably going to be like in the alleyways, just kind of like looking.
Okay.
I will stay as a weasel, and I will just ride on Sin's shoulder.
Sin looks around and just sees no one.
Oh no!
Damn it!
If it's just him, I will actually like walk up behind him. I am like wearing leather stuff, so it wouldn't be immediately obvious what I am.
Okay.
So anyway, that's a complete lie. So I will hover with you.
Just like the fucking raid of Blackwater. God damn it! And I'll make my way over to the.
I'll glance up to you. Like,
And every time you say a bad word, I squeak in your ear. A little bit.
Yeah. Every once in a while, you see like a pair of like just jet black beady eyes just staring back at you, like from like one of the alleyways.
Okay. Cool. So, as you make your way up, you see what the crowd is gathering around, and there's a corpse. It's a human man. He's kind of laying there. He doesn't have much on him, but it's clear that he's been attacked by something. Like his body has been mauled pretty badly. But notably, well, actually, so this isn't like a dangerous or challenging situation. So, Forbidden Lands, for skill checks, it doesn't have the sort of passive informational skill check sort of deal. It's more a situation where you're only rolling where it's a challenging situation and something dramatic is going to happen. So in this case, I'll just ask, does anybody have survival as a skill?
Yes.
Okay, so
I do.
Looking at the body, it looks like, so these were essentially wounds made intentionally to cause harm. These are wounds where it's almost similar to how people look after a combat, where somebody is trying to cause them harm, trying to cause them death, and even though it does look like an animal caused it, there is no attempt at eating the body. This wasn't a hunting thing. This wasn't, I'm hungry. This is an attack of some kind.
Okay.
Well, that is painful.
Poor sap.
Can I, if I like climb down and like crawl over the body, can I like smell anything or like, can I notice anything if I get really close?
I am gonna ask you to give me a move roll.
Move.
You're on my shoulder.
Well, it's more, while this is happening, essentially, they are going to be, like, people are going to see a weasel coming towards the body and want to stop it.
Yeah, I figured.
Okay, so it does not look like you had any successes. So for chat's sake, there are 2 symbols on the dice. Anything that's a number from 1 to, or from 2 to 5 doesn't matter. 6s are crossed swords, which is a success, while skulls are a bane, and it's essentially the 1 on 2 of the different colors of dice. And these can be bad things for them if the player chooses to push a roll, which will allow the player to re-roll, but they take damage for banes, but they also gain willpower for banes.
Yeah, I do need to gain willpower.
So, would you like to...
I should probably push it. Do I just click the push button then?
So what you'll do is you'll reduce your, since we're not using the API dice, you'll reduce your attribute score in the dice pool by 1, and then you'll click push. Yeah.
Oh, so we start off with 0 willpower.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Unfortunately, there were still no successes. So as you hop down and you start to kind of weave through the crowd a bit, you're very small at the moment, and there are a lot of these very large humans, and they're kind of stepping around as they try to get closer and see with morbid curiosity what's going on. And you can't find your way around, around them. And because move is an agility-based skill, so because you pushed, that Bane does activate, so you take 1 point of damage to agility.
Do I see people do I see her struggling to get through people?
Oh, I am squeaking for sure.
Yeah, you can definitely tell.
Starlight Society, move out of the way!
Oh, you just see like Skitters just like bound out of thing, just kind of start like hissing at people around the weasel.
They all just kind of back off like, oh god, we're dealing with wolves, and now we've got a rabid tiefling.
And as a weasel, I'm going to stand up to my full height of like 7 inches and put my hands on my weasel hips and just walk forward to the body.
Okay, so the crowd parts as this happens. I will note, by the way, you did get a point of willpower for that Bane.
Right.
Okay, so you move closer to the body, and so your intent was to sniff it and try to get... what are you looking for exactly?
I want to make sure that this, see if it was like the normal kind of natural wolves, or if there was something different.
Okay.
Like if the wolves have been affected somehow, like physically, or...
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and have you give me a survival roll.
Oh, she's doing this. Sin is just keeping his eyes out for him.
Oh, did I?
So you'll want to clear dice pool, then click survival, and then click roll.
Survival.
Because your skill level should be 3. There you go. So you got 3 successes, and that Bane does not activate unless you wish to push for some reason. Would you like to push?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
3 is fine.
But I wanted to make sure. So, yeah, you start sniffing around it, and you definitely smell wolves. But interestingly, the scent on them, you can kind of get this feeling of they fear something. It doesn't feel it doesn't seem like they, from your knowledge of wolf behavior, it doesn't seem like they're afraid of the people they're attacking, but more that they're attacking because they're afraid.
Okay.
While Sari's doing this, I'm going to keep my eyes out just for anything weird. Just like anyone around us looking at us like funny, or they probably are, because there is a weasel going through the body and a skitters growling at them. But
A skitters.
I'm just looking around for anything or anyone out of the ordinary from the typical Hamlet lot.
Nobody really stands out other than you four, of course. Most of the people who are gathering around, they definitely look like villagers. They're mostly trying to come out and just take care of their daily tasks. So, yeah, none of them really seem to stand out as...
Are there any other dead bodies, or are there like footprints or like drag marks to this area, to where this body is?
You can see a bit of a trail of blood, and it definitely looks like he had stumbled into town and then died here.
Okay, do I see where it's coming from?
Yes, you do see the direction.
Okay.
It's coming roughly from the west of the town.
Right, west of the town.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to tap Skitters on the shoulder and just point to the trail of blood.
That way?
I think so. Blah!
Maybe they're still there. Maybe if we go fast enough, we can find them.
When you shout, I will literally just poke you in the left leg because I'm standing right beside you.
What?
You gotta remember
I'm
to look
short.
down.
I'm short, not deaf, you git.
There you are.
I didn't go anywhere.
Oh.
I will wait until we're out of town to become non-weasel.
Okay.
So
Non-weasel
I'll just
damage?
ride on a shoulder.
Okay. So when you're out of your shapeshift form, do you cause non-weasel damage?
I will
Sorry,
get off
expect
of the
puns.
shoulder. before
Everything she
I-
does is entirely weaselable.
She can weasel her way out of any situation.
Yep.
Sure can.
Okay, so what would you all like to do?
I am following those two. Or
Yeah.
those two.
I'll tell them what I found out, what I sniffed
Okay.
as we're following the trail.
That's not normal for wolves.
No, it's not. I know.
Okay, so
Which either means it's a big wolf or a big something else that wolves don't like.
Question is, what are they afraid of?
I just said that.
Well, the wolves killed
Right.
that guy, but like, not in like a, not on purpose.
Maybe the wolves have a new leader. Maybe that's why they're doing it.
Oh, in the old goblin villages, you used to get like big orcs who would go out and bully the wolves so that the wolves would do what they said.
So there's
Then
an
did
orc.
the wolves attack them and kill them?
Well, if the wolves are scared of something and you can talk to the wolves and they can actually understand you, then if you can let the wolves know that we'll help them, we might not have to deal with the wolves, but we will probably have to deal with the thing that's pissing the wolves off because, well, they're angry and bullying and stuff.
Well, maybe the wolves will help us at that point.
Worth a try. If they try to eat you, we kill them. And if they don't try to eat you, we
Yes.
try and befriend them.
Yes.
Okay.
We're leading
Can I-
something tonight.
Can I cast spells while I'm in the shape of an animal?
Honestly, I don't remember seeing anything that said you couldn't. Let me double check. Yeah, it's not saying that you have to deal with complex hand gestures or making vocal noises or anything. So yeah, you just have to exert willpower to cast a spell.
I think the only things you'd have trouble with are rituals.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. and writing in a grimoire.
You just dip your claw into ink and be like,
I'll turn into that cat that writes with its tail.
Oh.
ooh,
Oh.
I want one of them.
Okay, so looking at the map, they roughly came from the east. Most probably, as your survival and natural knowledgeable individuals would be aware of, they're probably somewhere in the woods over to the west here. So on the map, again, we can go into the kind of the hex crawl portion of this. So I will note you've got 3, or actually, given the time, since you didn't make camp, you've essentially got 4 quarter days to work with here.
Okay.
Each day, you do need to spend a quarter day to eat and drink, or essentially you have to consume your resources. I think that's usually under the rest quarter day action, which can also be used to recover health, or other ability damage in the case of like agility and those, because not everything is physical cuts and bruises. Like I said before, a hike will take you 2 hexes, going from one hex to another because you'll be off of a path at this point. So going within the town, so like going up to here, for example, I won't make you make a roll to go into that hex, but going outside of the village, finding a good way into those hexes once you're outside is going to need some additional. You'll need to designate somebody to be on watch, and you'll need to designate somebody to be the leader.
Does anybody else have survival?
I do. Skitters has survival.
Okay.
Tim will keep his eyes out.
Before
Black is really good at it when he's forced to. He just doesn't have common sense related to it, so doesn't lead, but good at it when he's helping.
maybe before we run off into the woods, we talk to some people.
Black will look at Sin.
Sin,
Yeah.
let's.
I reach into my pack, I pull out my flask, I drink it down till about a quarter.
What? But you're the people person.
I'll take the flask and kind of like put it on the Blat's head, like really like hard. Yeah. People person my butt.
That's probably not a good way to start.
No, it's not. And I'm already like,
I'm going to Black this time, yeah.
You're the only one who they don't attack. So you're the people person.
Who, me?
I'll help you, but like
I appreciate
people don't pay attention to me in the right way at first. So just like if you can like start the conversation, then
Let's see how this goes.
I don't want to do it alone. You obviously don't want to do it, so.
Where's the nearest like farmer or like villager?
I mean, so you had moved off to the side to have this conversation, right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so most of them are still kind of standing around gawking at the body as the person who's taking the body away is coming to actually pick up the body.
Let's go talk to that person.
Hey, you!
Oh, okay.
Everybody just kind of turns and looks at you.
We're going with it.
You, one, holding the body.
And the rest of them just kind of look away. He just kind of
over towards him.
He's just kind of staring at you, like afraid that you're gonna do something. Like, I wasn't robbing the body. I wasn't robbing the body.
We're not gonna hurt you. I know we're a ragtag bunch of. I look back and see Blatt and Skitters things. That being said, something happened here. We're just trying to help out. Who was this guy? I point over to the poor sap.
And suddenly, I realize I need names.
Bob. His name's
Hey.
Bob. He's an elder.
He was Har. He was Har. He was our leather worker.
R.
He just kind of sighs.
You know him?
Everyone knows him. Everyone needs shoes. Well, he kind of glances at your party. Most everyone needs shoes.
Shoes are important. I look over at Skitters and Blatt, and sorry. Well, they can't be important.
Was he in? I ate mine. Was he in the woods?
I don't know why I don't know why he'd be in the woods. And then he just kind of looks at the direction that the body clearly came from, because there's a lot of blood leading towards the woods. But clearly he was.
Why would anyone go into the woods?
I mean, I did a piss.
Because they ain't right. A few of us...
They ain't right.
A few of us have tried figuring out what's got these wolves, and a few of us have tried killing them. They keep coming. These wolves keep coming, and they attack us. They're not hungry. Nobody's been eaten. The bodies are like, they've attacked us, and then we find someone dead every now and then, or someone missing.
When did the
What
first?
color are they?
The wolves are gray.
They just look like wolves.
They're biggins, but they're wolves.
How big?
About as
Yay high?
big as...
Yay high? Yay high?
He kind of just squints at you before just shaking his head as in like, okay, this is...
What's important is it up to about here, in which case it's a baby wolf. If it's up to here, it's a normal wolf. If it's up to here, it's probably a warg.
It's about as big as you are, about wolf size.
So a normal then.
And when do these wolves start attacking? When do the bodies start showing up?
Started attacking maybe 2-3 weeks ago. And notably, 2 or 3 weeks ago is roughly when people started noticing the collision of the Feywild and the material realm in different parts.
I will look at Sin.
At least it wasn't your fault. Nah.
That's fair. Thank you. Your name was
I'm Dresden.
Dresden.
I'm a farmer here, and he kind of points back at some of the fields. I'm just, it's not right him laying out here like this for everyone to gawk at.
Actually, you're a farmer. Do you have like pigs or sheep or cows and stuff?
Have they been attacking animals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't gone after the animals.
Just the people?
What?
Anyone dumb enough to go near the forest.
So the forest, then.
That's weird.
Territorial creatures.
Yeah.
Think we should go to the forest.
Yes.
Black will look at. Sorry.
Hope you've got your chatty game on. Because if they're only going near people that go near the forest, they're probably going to try and eat us.
Just stay behind me. I'll do my best not to get eaten.
I hope not.
Well, we'll make sure of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so going into... Oh,
Sorry.
go ahead.
Before we leave Dresden, I'm gonna take out a copper and try to slip it to him and give the man a good funeral.
He just kind of nods like, I don't know how much of a good funeral we can afford, but I'll see that he's taken care of.
Just say nice things about him.
And he just kind of stares at you like, why would I say mean things about him? Okay.
Flat will start walking in the direction of the forest in the hopes that this really awkward situation could be averted.
Is he the bait? And she'll point at Blatt.
I'll turn around and be like, "Oi! He'll smell you coming first."
I don't think anything wants to eat him.
He's not going like quickly ahead, but he's at least set off in that direction as a sort of like.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with them.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll go.
Okay.
All right, so going into the hex crawl. So a quarter day will let you move. Notably, I'll let you just be positioned up here because it's part of essentially the town here. Moving into the forest. So the forest will be rough terrain. It's somewhat of a dense forest. There's no clear-cut path through it. In rough terrain like this, it takes a full quarter day just to move one hex. So as you start pushing into the forest. So would you like to spend your first quarter day hiking? Going in? Okay.
If we had dogs with us, would it be easier to travel because the terrain's rough?
Oh, you want a dog?
Mariah, I think that was terrible.
It's Sin's fault.
So
I will turn myself into a wolf, but like one that looks weak.
okay.
Look a bit scruffy.
Yeah, like a wolf that hasn't been living in a pack, a wolf that's been on its own and hasn't been eating as well.
I like where your head's at.
Okay.
Oh.
If you
Well,
look
at
like
the
a
moment, my wolf head
scruffy-
is sniffing your butt. So.
if she looks like she's scruffy, she's not challenging for like alpha, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
No challenge.
who is going on this hike? Who is going to take the lead?
Are you pointing at me? It should probably be me.
Yeah.
Oh, I just realised I'm pointing the wrong way on the camera. Sorry.
Fine. Where are the journeys? There you are.
I think I might be pointing the.
I'm very bad at. There we go. This, right? Yeah. So, hiking. Yeah, none of you have horses or anything, so you're going on foot. So it's 1 hex per quarter day. Right now
Do I
it
go
is
faster because I have 4 feet.
not in this case. No.
You're already 4 feet before you transformed.
Ah!
Oh, less,
Than
So it is morning in spring, so the area counts as light, so you don't have to deal with darkness. So you're sorry, you're leading the way. Sorry, you're leading the way.
Sorry.
Okay, so you need to give me a pathfinding roll, which will just be a survival roll, and if you've got the Pathfinder talent, that will apply.
I sure do not.
If possible, Sin can be eyes for anything.
Okay, so you're gonna keep watch.
Yeah.
Because you got a success, so first of all, you can push that if you want as a way of generating willpower. Or you can take the success and just kind of move in.
Would I just be rolling? Would I keep the success?
Yes, you would keep the success. You would reduce your so on your character sheet in the dice pool, you would
Right.
lower the ability or the base dice by 1, and then you just hit the push button. You'd keep that success, and you don't currently have any banes that would apply, but you might roll some new banes.
Yep. That's okie dokie.
Okay, so you got 2 more
alright.
successes. You got 1 bane, so you will take 1 point of ability damage, but you'll get 1 point of willpower.
Nice.
For
I
keeping.
really want to find these wolves.
Okay. For keeping watch. Let's see.
It's scouting, right?
Yes. And
Why am I getting?
oh, okay. It's actually so it has me roll to see if there's a random encounter,
Okay.
and then you can
Scout.
yeah, you scout essentially to see if you get ambushed by them.
Okay. If it's an ambush, I do have Sixth Sense as a talent.
Okay. And what's
So my
that do?
It's my scout roll is modified by +1.
Cool. Okay, so you'll get
Nice.
you'll get 1 extra skill die in that.
Okay. So should I roll?
I just need to find my dice so I can. Nope. So let's see if there's a random encounter. Nope. Nothing that you need to worry about. So your scouting won't matter here.
Okay.
So you push into the forest. It's very clear that so you come up to this hex. So it's very clear that the forest itself seems very, very quiet. There's no sound of animals. There's the sound of insects a bit, but it's very kind of muted. And as you look around, like, you can see signs that this area is starting to very weakly have a convergence. It's not a major convergence. It's not like this forest has appeared out of nowhere from the Feywild, but it's starting to show those signs of influence from the other realm starting to seep in to the forest. So far, moving around as you've come into this hex, you haven't run into anything. What would you like to do? You've got 3/4 days remaining. It is now afternoon. Still light out.
My tail is down, but my ears are like paying attention.
Okay.
Anything?
And I'm sniffing for other wolves. Wolves.
Okay. So,
As soon as I smell another wolf, I'll be smelling the trees, obviously, and I'll like go into pointer mode.
okay. Go ahead and give me a survival roll.
Somebody else is gonna roll, right?
Yeah, I think skitters can roll. Sure.
Would you like to push that?
Yes, because I currently did not succeed. Right?
Okay. Yes, and you'll get a point of willpower since you're pushing and you've got a bane, but you will take 1 point of ability damage there. If you push.
And that is wits. I don't want to take more wit damage.
Okay. So unfortunately, you're not getting any scent of the wolves yet.
Can those of us who are there and attempting to assist, can we go for survival rolls if we're attempting to help? Because I'm used to fighting wolves and looking for them and stuff like that, so looking for tracks, looking for movement around in the area we're in. I might not be able to smell them, but
Blatt
looking
wants to
for
look
proof of their passage.
So I'll say that so normally if you want to help, you'll want to announce that you're helping out first, and then your successes will give more dice to. In this case, what I'll do though is
Well, I would likely not do anything until she's kind of like failing to. So I suppose it would be a follow up. I'm intending if she hasn't come up with anything that's like, maybe try something else.
So something we can do if you want to continue pushing further into the forest. You could lead the way in that case to kind of cover this, since that's technically a new action. But essentially, you're still looking for signs of the wolves as you push forward.
Your nose is usually quite good, so if you're not picking them up, either they haven't been here, or maybe this weird convergency thing is just messing with senses. Maybe they've left tracks.
Maybe they're further in after their kill.
I just shrug my dog shoulders and lay down in a huff.
Okay.
Whoever's going in should be taking a look out for any disturbed underbrush.
Yeah.
I don't know, anything.
Yeah, I'm quite stealthy, but yeah, I'm mostly just looking for things.
Okay, so as you push further in, so it'll take another quarter day moving another hex, because this is still rough terrain. Who's going to take the lead and who's going to keep watch? Okay, so Blatt, go ahead and give me a survival roll to take the lead. And who's keeping watch? Okay, go ahead and give me a scouting roll.
Is this for
Blatt.
ambush things?
Oh,
Yes. Blatt, would you like to push your roll?
oh boy.
Yeah, I can afford to.
Okay.
How do you adjust your dice pool for?
Just click the number that's lower. So in your case, you've got 2 Banes, so lower the base dice by 2.
Oh.
And then click push. Because basically you don't re-roll the Banes and you don't re-roll successes.
Okay.
Yeah!
Nice.
It looks like you hadn't actually lowered your pool.
Oh, I lowered it to 3. Drop the
Oh.
last 2 off it, I guess.
Yeah, because Roll20
You have
being
to
what it
click the
is.
push button.
Yep, you have to click off and then click.
So I guess that's only 1 success.
Yeah,
If you drop
so-
the last 2 dice off.
1 success. You do take 2 damage to
Wits
wits,
damage.
and you do gain...
Your willpower, though.
Yep. And you have succeeded, so the party manages to make it safely into the next hex.
I'm gonna start.
Yes, please. Cool, you've got 2 successes and a Bane. Would you like to push?
No.
Okay, so you take no damage and you gain no willpower.
Actually, I will push. Sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
Lower.
So, lower base dice by 3.
Ooh.
Okay, so you got, you take 1 point of damage to, whatever scout is tied to.
Wits.
Okay. And you gain 1 point of willpower. And those 3 successes, so, as you're all pushing in, you find a safe route in, and I'm gonna move you temporarily. And...
Woos.
So, make your way in, and, which one? Okay, did copy that one. After a little bit, Sin, you, there's the just oddly quiet sound of the woods around you as you move forward, and then you hear a slight growl, and you notice them before they have time to ambush you, but a group of wolves has essentially started to try surrounding your party. What would you all like to do?
I immediately take out an arrow and just knock it into my bow and just waiting on anyone else's order.
Okay.
Sorry, you're up.
Sorry, I had a cat on me. So, yeah, if we're not like an initiative or anything, I do want to cast one of my spells.
Okay. So my main question, the only reason I haven't done initiative yet is because, I know you had mentioned wanting to talk to them first.
Mm-hmm.
So what spell is it? If it's a hostile spell, I'll want to go into initiative. If it's not a hostile spell, then...
It's animal speech.
Okay.
It's literally, I just want to talk to them.
Okay, cool. So, for people who don't know the system, when you're casting a spell in Forbidden Lands, you will always succeed at casting the spell. However, there is a chance at mishaps and magic going dangerously wrong, and there's also a chance of just casting it with extra power to it. So you're starting out at power level 1 because it's rank 1, and you can spend 1 willpower point.
Yep. So I'll take 1 willpower down.
And you should be able to click this dice next to animal speech, and then click the roll button under your dice pool.
Oh, roll.
Okay, so it casts at power level 1, and it just lets you speak with animals. Doesn't do anything. Number of question equal to the power level.
Yeah, so I get
Okay.
1 question. Yes.
Yes, you do.
But I don't like turn purple or anything. Okay.
Yep, no mishaps.
Not yet.
I'm going to like. Is there one that's like bigger or like more important in front?
I'll say so far there's like they haven't like landed right in front of you. They're just kind of they ended up making noise as they were trying to circle around you, but it's pretty easy for you to pick out which one is the alpha, for lack of a better term, among them.
Okay. So I'm gonna like move forward a little bit and kind of like roll onto my back and just be really like submissive as a dog, wolf, and say, I just want to talk to you. I just have a question.
And it's kind of staring at you.
It's not eating me yet?
Not yet.
Okay. This is probably a weird question. I know, but what is the thing that is scaring you?
I'm sorry, did you ask what or where?
What? What is the thing that is scaring you?
Okay, so it takes a moment, and it looks like it's kind of shaking off, like it's trying to respond, but something seems to be stopping it. And it manages to get enough of a growl out of the big one. And notably, like, when it manages this, all of the rest of the wolves around you, you hear the sound of a slight whimper. Everybody hears the sound of a slight whimper as the big one is mentioned.
Do they like turn and look in a certain direction or anything, or are they just like cowering?
Most of them are cowering a bit.
Okay.
And you can kind of see the hair like kind of stiffen up and straighten up. Like these things, like these wolves are very afraid of whatever. And then as after it does that, and like kind of seems to be shaking something off again, and then it just kind of glares at you all, and you hear growling again.
Yeah. You just see Skitter's just kind of like she kind of like stoops when she walks, but she like gets at her full like height of maybe like 5'2", and just kind of goes like this and just like bares her, like she has like like baboon teeth, that sort of thing. Just like bares and just like hisses at them.
Okay. Give me a manipulation roll because you are trying to intimidate. It sounds like.
Yeah.
Oh
boy.
I am going to put a -1 penalty on this, which is going to lower your skill dice by 1.
Okay, so it's okay. Let me reset the clear. So that's manipulations. That's 3. Oh boy. I mean, this is.
Do you have points in manipulation?
I do not have points in manipulation.
Okay, so that means that. So for your skill dice, it's going to be the -1 on the track there.
Yep.
The way that negative values work is normally there's nothing that will cancel a success. If you are on a negative on a die for your skill dice, successes on those will cancel other successes in your roll. So that everybody's aware of how that works.
So successes on the -1 will cancel out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I believe that the roll template that they have here on Roll20 for this actually shows it as a purple die instead of red, so that we know that it's negative.
Yeah. I see it. All right, let's see how this goes. Oh boy.
Would you like to attempt to push this?
Ooh.
You will have to re-roll the skill die as well if you do.
I don't think so. I don't think the chance
Okay.
of that being real bad.
Okay.
Her wits are not. Her empathy is not incredibly high.
In whatever beast speech I still have going, like the last thing I want to say is, "We just want to help you," and then I like scramble away back toward the group.
Unfortunately, with Skitter's action and them already being a bit frightened and on edge, we are going to do initiative here.
I had to try.
So
I still say it.
Right.
That's fine.
You gave it a go. We gave it a go.
So let's show initiative. So we are not going to use the the advanced close combat or anything. We're going to just use the the regular setup.
Okay.
So if we come over into here, and I drag all the players along. So first of all, combat in this system, initiative is handled on cards. It's 1 to 10 as the values. But it also takes place in zones. So if you've played something like Fate, for example, zones are very much similar to that. A run action, which is a fast action, I believe. If you look in the reference handouts I've given you, it should be under reference, rules references, combat actions. You can get a list of all fast and slow actions. Everybody gets a fast and a slow or 2 fast actions on their turn. The cards, so I'm going to deal 1 card to all players. And deal. So the wolves will all act on their turn or on their same card. So zone wise, let's find one that we'll do this to make sure it's visible for folks on the stream. So we've got 1 zone here, which is where you all are, and I have actually set up tokens that are ridiculously big. And these are just kind of to help you keep track of what zone you're in. It's not a big deal as far as like size or like this isn't a grid-based system. It's more, hey, these are zones. And I'm gonna say that there are some rough zones around you as the I think in the future I'm probably gonna hook up my tablet so I can actually make this not look horrible. But
looks as good as it would if I was drawing it on a piece of paper with a marker.
So these zones are all
oh, it's so tiny. I could put it in my pocket.
Oh, tiny wolves, puppies. Oh.
There you go.
So are they considered in close combat?
No.
Okay.
Basically, so if you're within the same zone, you can use a run action to get into close combat with somebody. And if you're adjacent in adjacent zones, you're definitely not in close combat.
So do they count as near?
Yes, they would count as near because they are in an adjacent zone. I don't believe that near counts diagonally, so
That would be short.
yes, they'd be short if they're on the diagonal ones. So it's 2 or more zones.
Which one's the big one?
I will make him physically larger. There. He's not. He's the. This is the alpha of them. It's not the big one that they were talking about.
Makes sense.
So initiative. So I'm going to draw out the wolves card first. Let's see where I can place that so it's visible here. I'm going to zoom out a little bit for the viewers.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, and the map is halfway.
Oh no. It's a high number.
There we go. So I'll note that this is the wolves card. So each of the cards have different things for how many actions you've all used. So if you could all place your cards. So Shauna, what did you have?
I had a 4.
Okay. Can you draw place it out onto the table?
There we go.
Okay, so let's make that larger. Oh.
Oh, is there?
There we
Too
go.
large.
Okay, and Sin, you can draw your card out.
7.
So the most notable thing with these cards is you can rotate them to show what actions / how many actions you've taken.
Hmm.
And as I said before, each player, each actor, essentially, the wolves all acting on one, gets a fast action and a slow action. So next up is Hoon.
I got an 8.
Okay.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
It acts from highest to lowest. So far you've done the best of the players.
Yay.
And you know what? This is Skitters, and this is Sorry. And Blat, Marathi. What did you get?
I got a 10.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yay.
Oh, dragged it all the way down there. Sorry, I'm rearranging things so they're slightly more visible for chat.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I had my window in a slightly different orientation.
And Blat. Okay, so Blat, you get to act first in this.
They're all within short range.
Yes, currently.
I have, I'm not scared of these wolves. The wolves. So I'm gonna cast spell.
Okay. So what are you gonna cast?
I'm gonna cast stun.
Okay.
Which is, if I can find it. Yep, it's within short range. I have a horn, so I will sort of go and literally just scream down this horn as hard as I possibly can. Except I will, push towers through it.
Okay.
Is that going to affect me as a wolf?
No, it's not.
You're not
Okay.
my enemy.
Okay.
You just hear me scream nearby you. The wolves, however, get the result of the actual power.
Roll 20 won't actually let me grab the edge for that B. So I'm just gonna have to redraw it. It's so frustrating. Okay. There.
Cool.
Okay, so that was a slow action. So you use that. So you will you'll clear your dice pool, click on your spell's little dice icon, and then click roll for your spell. Because you're using the horn, which is an ingredient, that adds an extra power level.
Cool.
Where did that 6 come from?
Oh, did I click? I might have.
Possibly.
Ignore it.
It's fine. Okay. So go ahead and roll for your spell. What?
Right, so 1 will per point. It's got like 0 attribute, 0 skill, 1 gear bonus. Is that right?
Yeah, because the gear bonus is the willpower that you spent. Successes on this will increase your power level 1 for 1, and yeah, the gear bonus is essentially the willpower you spent.
Right. Cool.
And
so the power level is automatically increased based on the fact I'm using an item. I don't have to roll that.
Well, you do need to. So you start out at power level 1. And then you're using an item, so you're power level 2. Now you roll to see if you get mishap, or potentially to increase your power level even more.
Okay. Nah, this is gonna go bad.
Oh,
Yep.
Okay.
Oh no.
Mishap.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You
This is the downside. This is the downside of casting spells at your power level as opposed to below them.
Fine. It's fine.
It gets easier as your rank goes up.
So, Mir, go ahead and roll a d66, which there should be a button for.
Heart.
Yep.
Heart.
14.
Okay, but
So, a 14 is your magic makes you very hungry, so you gain the hungry condition.
that's normal. I'm hungrier.
I mean, you
There
can
are
take care of
worse.
this if after these wolves. I mean, there might be enough. It's more it's like more incentive to get these wolves.
Do they actually list? They should. Apparently, they do not list the conditions on the GM screen, which is a bit disappointing.
The cheat sheet has it.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Let me pull that
Hungry.
up. Cheat sheet 2, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, when you are hungry, you cannot recover strength in any way except through magic. You suffer a point of damage to strength per week, which you're not going to have to worry about that yet. If your strength is broken while hungry, you'll die after another week without food. And as soon as you have eaten, you're no longer hungry. So right now, you're just hungry, and you can't recover your strength.
Okay. So that was per level 2 that went off at?
Yep.
Which means I can cause 2 points of agility damage.
Okay.
Spread across as many targets as I choose.
Okay.
Given that I have no concept of keeping myself safe, let's say, I'm just going to aim it all at the big one.
Okay, cool.
Wait a minute, which one's closest to me? Sorry.
I mean, they're all, so the big one right in front of you is probably closest. He's in near distance because he's only in an adjacent
All right, but Skitter
zone.
and Sin are directly in front of me, though. We've got one off and to the left. What's SC?
SC is... SO is sorry.
Sorry, that's an O.
Yeah.
So that's sorry.
Sorry, it's
the
an
one
O.
that's likely to come in from the side and hurt me is in the northeast corner. I'll do 2 points of wits to it.
Okay. And...
Sorry, 2 points of agility, sorry.
2 points of agility? That is actually a big difference because of how their stats work.
From the spell, it gets an insight roll.
It won't.
A pupper.
In this case, because it can't actually make insight rolls. It fails them automatically.
Yay!
Because it doesn't have wits.
Cool.
Alright, cool. So that's...
Just stick it falls over its ears.
You hurt them witty bad.
So yeah. So much for that luck part. Me? Luck?
Okay. There we go. I've got that noted down. And so the next to act will be... Sorry. Nope, it's the wolves. Sorry. I will note, Blatt, you do still have a fast action. You can either use it if you want to perform one of the fast actions, or it's important to note, dodging or parrying an attack takes your fast action to do.
I will hold it for a dodge.
Okay. So, the wolves act, and they're going to use a fast action for movement, and their slow action, so fast action to move for the ones that need to move too, so it's, essentially the wolves are charging in on all of you. Only one of them is actually going to be able to make a strike at you. Goes after Skitters.
Alright.
So, here's what happens. So, before the wolf rolls for the attack, you determine if you are dodging or parrying or neither on the attack.
I will dodge.
Okay, so dodge is going to be a movement-based skill. Mm-hmm. And every success that you roll will cancel one of the successes on the attack.
Okay.
Notably, though, it does take your fast action, so you'll only be able to take a slow action on your turn or a fast action.
Okay.
So let me open. I've got a sheet specifically. So I have a dice pool, clear dice pool. So the wolf comes over and charges at you to bite. And that's... Oh, wait, that is a bear, not a wolf.
Oh no.
It's a good thing that I looked. So it has strength of 4 and melee 3. Okay, and...
Okay.
Okay, so the wolf has 1 success.
All
So
right,
if you roll your dodge, which is going to be a move roll,
So attribute is.
you should be able to just click on move and get that auto put
Yep.
into your pool.
All right. Oof.
No successes. So that is going to be.
Do you have the option of pushing when I'm defending?
You know what? I don't think I saw anything saying that you can't push in combat.
Okay.
So I'll say go for it. Although keeping in mind, if you roll Banes, you'll essentially be taking damage to agility here. But
Yeah, I think I should be.
okay.
Yep. Why not? Let's.
So you're re-rolling all of those because none of them were a Bane or a success.
All right. So I can choose how many I can roll then, right?
No, you have to re-roll every single one of them.
Okay. Clear dice pool and then push.
No,
Oh,
you
shoot,
wouldn't.
that's
You wouldn't
not
clear dice pool. You
Oh, sorry.
So you'll
It's-
just hit move again and then hit push here.
Oh,
Cool.
is the
Okay.
Lucky. Oh.
is the wolf slashing?
No, it's biting.
Okay.
Which-
Piercing.
If you're trying to dodge a slash, you get +2 bonus.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
Good.
So a stab, if you try to dodge it, I think a stab also is +2. Or
Oh my goodness! If you dodge, you fall prone.
yes.
yeah. I'm prone.
Unless you
But
go
you
with
can
minus
choose
2.
to remain standing at a -2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm still trying to
Okay.
keep everything in mind.
So would
So
that
we'll
cancel
remember
itself
that.
out?
What's that?
Would
Yes,
that cancel
so-
itself out, like standing and the bonus to dodge?
Slash.
Well, you would need to note that ahead of time because it'd be
Okay.
-2, so you'd have had a negative skill there. So in
Okay.
this case, we'll say that you did go prone,
Okay.
but you did jump out of the way of
Mhm.
the wolf
Okay.
there.
What mechanical thing does prone have?
It doesn't actually say anything mechanically.
Okay.
I think because I think some of the actions have restrictions that you can't do them while prone, but I
Oh,
haven't.
Okay.
Unless I
You need to use a
completely
fast
failed to
action
miss
get
it.
up.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll need to use your fast action next round to actually get up off the ground.
But
Okay.
I don't. And if anybody else sees this, please let me know. But I didn't see anything in the combat rules saying anything like mechanically affected by
Yeah, I was trying to
being
look
prone,
for anything
Nope.
with prone. I couldn't find
other
anything.
than moving.
All right. Cool.
Yeah. So you dodge out of the way of this wolf's jaws, and the wolves have used up all of their actions. So next up is Sorry. What would you like to do?
Does it take one of my actions to not be a wolf anymore?
Since the shapeshifting here is mostly just a kind of narrative thing anyways, and doesn't have a mechanical effect on this, then I'll just say yeah, go ahead and just, or I'll say no, it doesn't take an action. You can just kind of
Okay,
do
then
your
yeah,
form.
I'll become even smaller, become a halfling again, and I'm gonna attack with my sling.
Okay. So I will note that they are. Oh, you know what? I made a mistake. Well, their movement rate is fast anyways, so they could still make it. So never mind. Ignore me.
Cast, zoom chat.
Zoom chat. There is a Zoom chat.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, bud.
That's a big deal.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You don't
Did
want to
I?
be prone.
There we go.
Things can hit you easier.
Yeah. Makes sense. So let's see. Okay, so going in and where were we? We were. Oh yes, we were looking for ranged combat. Don't need advanced. So for ranged combat, you have to essentially take
Minus
two
3.
Well, you have to take 2 actions to do it. You have to take a you have to take a ready action, which is a fast action, to basically start preparing your sling, and then you'll shoot with a second action, which is a slow action, and then you said it's a -3, right? Which should be in the
-3 if it's within close combat.
Okay, yeah.
In that case, I will not use my sling. I will use a dagger.
Okay.
And poke.
Cool.
Let's click on that and click on that.
So, luckily I haven't seen what the roll is. So make sure that when you're declaring this, that, actually they've used all their actions. They can't dodge or parry anyways, so it's safe. But make sure before you roll an attack, you announce what you're doing. Give me a moment to be able to announce if they're going to try to dodge or parry.
Okay.
It doesn't look like you've succeeded. Would you like to try to push that?
Yes.
Okay.
So I don't have to reduce it?
No, because you didn't get any banes or successes here. Unfortunately, you're not able to get a good catch on the wolf. Maybe you just feel too bad because you've been a wolf before. Recently, too.
I don't actually want to attack the wolves.
So one thing I will note, we are actually at the halfway mark. So we'll go ahead and finish this part up and then take a quick break.
Okay.
So that is both actions. Oh, actually, that's just a slow action used for. Sorry. Would you like to take a fast action, or would you like to save your fast action?
I can dodge for free once in every round.
Okay. And
So
notably,
I
you'll get your action back when it comes back around to you. So
I might as well just. Can I attack again?
Yeah. Well, no. Because slashing with a dagger, I believe, is a slow action.
Okay.
Let me look. Combat actions. Yeah, your slash is a slow action.
Slash. Okay. Then in that case, my fast action will be. No, that would be dumb.
Ooh.
Can I start like?
Shove? If you shove it backwards, it will have to try and move back towards you again. Use up its action again.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. If I can shove. Well, that's probably strength based. But I'll go ahead and shove it.
Yeah, the skill is melee based.
Yeah, you'll roll melee. A weapon with the hooker. Well, you don't have a weapon to use here, so it'll just be your bare hands.
I'm gonna grab its nose.
The enemy you're fighting does have higher strength than you, so you need 2 successes to succeed at your shove. If you succeed,
Great.
it will be prone.
Great. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and roll that.
Okay, go ahead and roll melee. That is 1 success and 1 bane. I'm not sure why you have a gear die in there. Probably from your dagger before, but the dagger wouldn't apply to the shove. Yeah. So unfortunately, you can't push this because there are no dice to reroll here.
It would have been just the 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, unfortunately, you do not manage to shove the wolf.
Nope.
And both actions have been used. So next up is Sin.
So, clarification question.
Mm-hmm.
If I choose to aim at the one threatening Blat, is it still considered arm's length? Or is that considered?
No, that one is not arm's length. That would be near to you.
Okay. So as the one coming into is threatening me, I want to try to turn around and aim at the one that's attacking Blat, and then fire at the one attacking Blat.
Okay.
Because I have fast shooter, I don't need to prepare.
Cool. So you take the aim action and then the shoot action?
No, I'm actually just going to take the shoot action.
Oh, okay.
Aim is not needed. It just adds +1.
Okay, cool.
All right, so
that is a dice pool.
Whoa.
So you got 4 successes there. Would you like to push your roll?
no.
Okay. So 4 successes. Your base damage is 1. So you've done 5 damage. So you shoot this wolf. Your arrow just kind of just flies right past Blatt, because luckily for Blatt is short, and it just goes right over Blatt's head, strikes the wolf right between the eyes, and it drops.
Woo!
And there's a small, sad whimper
Nice.
as you murder a puppy.
Let's go. Let's go. And then as my fast action, I'm going to try to shove the one in front of me, knock it prone.
Okay. So give me a melee roll.
All right.
And what's your strength?
My strength is 3.
Okay, so it does have higher strength than you, so you need 2 successes.
Let's try it. Oh, whoops. Sorry. That was...
Yeah, that gear wouldn't apply, so would you like to push this?
No, this was very spur of the moment. Shoot, try to shove it, and then next attention to move. But yeah.
Okay.
So no push.
Skitters, you are up now.
Okay, I think I have only a slow action. I think I'm going to use that action to like stand up and just kind of like bare my teeth at this thing and just growl at it.
Okay. What are you trying to accomplish with that?
I think I just want to get up. I think that's
Okay.
my action.
Okay, cool. So as you get up, these wolves have seen that one of them has died, and they start to flee. Would you like to give chase, or are you going to let them flee?
I look at Sorry.
Let them go. We didn't want it. It doesn't sound like they wanted to attack us. They'll be forced. They've already lost one. It's enough.
Let them run.
Okay.
They'll turn to Sin.
Nice shot, by the way. Also, I'm bloody angry. What? Oh.
Good job.
Do we have to run after them just now? Because that one is quite tasty.
I point using another arrow towards the wolf, the one at Blatt's feet, and said, "You have dinner."
Good.
It's true.
I'll go down, I'll like pull the arrow out and hand what's left of it back to...
Hate to waste it.
Are the wolves gone, except for the dead one?
They're fleeing. Like, you can kind of choose where in the timeline. Like, if you want to do something before they manage to flee, that's fine.
I
Otherwise,
wanted to try animal handling.
what would you like to do with that?
I would like to, like, not in, like, wolf talk, just be like, I just want to try again and be like, please let us help you. I'm sorry.
I will let you attempt this. It's going to be difficult, and I'm probably going to need you to get 2 successes to manage this. Given what's going on. But yeah, I won't say it's an impossibility.
Okay.
Right, before she does, is it possible to shout or growl something that might help her in this? Because I am trained in animal handling as well. I'm used to dealing with wolves. Can I attempt to assist?
She was quick on the button press, but
Okay, nope.
Sorry, would you like to?
I was distracted by corpse. It's fair. By the time I realize I might be able to help, she's out there in front. So, yep.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and switch over to the other view now. So would you like to attempt to push that? You've got 1 success. You'll have 1 bane on this, but you only need 1 more success to manage this.
Yeah, I'm going to push that one.
Okay.
So take 1 off of each of them.
Yep.
And that. And that. Huh.
Ooh, so unfortunately you didn't get any more successes,
Oh, no.
and you got a total of 3 Banes
Yep.
to, I imagine this empathy for animal handling?
Mm-hmm.
Or, okay.
Oh no.
Yeah, unfortunately, like, they're fleeing. I will note that they seem to be fleeing deeper into the forest towards the woods to the west. And before we pick up from there, I think now's probably a good time for a quick 5-minute break or so. We're at the halfway point. Let everyone get up, stretch their legs, and do things. And chat, we will be back. Huh?
I need to stretch my nose. Jeez.
Okay, chat, we will be back in 5 minutes, roughly. We'll see you then. Alright, welcome back, everyone. We have taken a quick break. Covered a couple little rules questions that we had to clear up in the meantime. Our group they've just chased off a bunch of wolves. They've got a dead wolf, about the size of our goblin friend.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you all like to do from here?
Knife.
I
Yes.
did
Wolf?
have a question. Okay, you can. I did have a question though.
Yeah, Skitters, I think, and Vlad are just both like just grabbing pieces off this wolf.
Okay, sorry, what's up?
I can sense unnatural phenomena before anyone else. Would I
Okay.
have sensed anything unnatural?
So essentially, with your pride like these, essentially what happens is you can use them to re-roll. Basically, if you fail a roll, you can, even after you push, you can use it to add a legendary D12 die to attempt to succeed.
Okay.
If you fail with your pride, you'll lose it for a session and have to choose a new pride when you get it back. But yeah, I think it's once per session, you can just add a D12 to one of your rolls.
Okay.
In this case, though, now that the wolves have fled and things have calmed down a little, you are free. Like, if you'd like to get a sense for the world around you at the moment, especially in this forest, go ahead and give me a survival roll.
Yeah, I want to see, like, we know which way they ran away, and did they run, like, toward the natural...
Yeah, so they definitely ran east. You did see them run east.
So this... Okay, that's fine. It's fine. I haven't rested at all.
Alright, so.
Okay, you got a success.
Yay, success.
Would you like to push that? I'm guessing that the answer is no, but would you like to push that?
No.
Okay. So you can definitely you get a sense, especially from the direction you've been walking closer to the east, that things have been getting quieter, weirder, more uncomfortable the farther east you go, the closer to the hills you get. So you're definitely getting a sense of dread from that direction. So two things that we can do here. So first of all, we'll go ahead and go into the hex crawl turn again. First of all, would anybody like to take this chance? I know that Blatt and Skitters are planning to eat, and they're just eating the wolf raw. So if you're not actually taking time to prepare it to treat it as rations, I'll just count you two as having eaten.
If either of the other two look like they're hungry, I will... Actually, I'll probably do it without asking them, but I don't care what cuts I get so long as it's tasty. It doesn't look like Skitters cares either.
Nope,
so long as it's tasty. We will, like, the actual meaty bits, the bits that humans would, like, carve out and stuff like that, I will attempt to carve them out and place them safely aside.
If you want to do that
much,
you're going to need to make, to take a quarter day. And
I think we should...
They don't have to cook it. I'll package it up and Skitters and I can eat it later.
Preparing it in any way so that it can be consumed later is going to take a quarter day to do everything.
Okay.
That'll come down to Sin and Sorry then. I'll be like, you guys hungry? We can pack some of this up for later if you want. If not, it's no stress.
I'm looking at I look at Blatt and Skitters just tearing apart this wolf, and I'll just slowly take out my rations and eat them.
Yeah, no, it's like you'll see me like cut a little bit of meat and be like, oh, that's actually good meat, huh?
Yeah.
It's a bit muscly, but actually, kidney, beat you to it.
Skitters will just grab a chunk and give it and offer it to Starlight. It's like, here, want some?
Not in this form.
All right.
Thanks.
Okay. Sorry, would you like to eat?
Yes.
Okay.
But if they're just offering me raw meat, I will.
I'm assuming you're using rations.
And I will eat some rations. I'll eat some lemon.
Okay, so Sin and Sorry, go ahead and roll your consumable for food. So on your character sheet, there should be. Okay, Sorry, you don't lose any. Your dice stay. Okay, both of you stay at your D8. It looks like. So yeah, you've eaten. Blat, you are no longer hungry. You no longer have the hungry condition. So go ahead and uncheck that on your character sheet.
Quick question.
Good eating.
Yeah.
Because sin is sin, do I need to roll like for alcoholism or
No,
like,
I mean you can if you want to.
drunkenness?
You can if you want to.
Drunkenness.
I will
You've
note
had
that.
the drink.
Uh,
You've had the drink out of that flask in almost every scene so far. I've seen you be like.
I will say that it's pretty worn, like watered down. It's not like very good alcohol.
Oh, of course not. Oh, of course not.
Mechanically, I'm just treating that as you consuming water.
Has Sin seen us eat like this before, or is this like?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
If I'm hungry and I see a dead dog or a cat in the street or something, I'll pick it up and stick it in a bag.
If you look at Sin while you guys are like like tearing this thing apart and just eating it raw, there's a slight look of how can I put this?
Distaste?
Distaste? Yeah.
Your
A little
stomach
bit,
turns.
a little bit, but then there's a head shake, a look into the flask, like almost like robotic look, getting his flask, taking a drink, looking back over, kind of stomaching it and wanting to get his mind off of it.
Okay. So is anybody taking a drink at this point to stave off dehydration or thirsty condition?
Drink that blood.
So go ahead and roll the consumable for water if you are.
Blood counts, right?
No,
No, I'm not going to count blood.
I will drink water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Drink some water.
Ooh.
So, sorry, unfortunately you are going to have to reduce the dye type of your water resource by 1. But you
Yep.
do drink.
Is that so? Okay.
Fine.
No,
Did I get
it's
this?
So down consumables down there at the bottom.
Nom, 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 nom.
sorry, it's been so good, and she's like the one that keeps losing her water.
Yeah, I
and, like,
feel so bad for Sorry.
Oh, I don't need
We're
that
just-
much water.
We're just being like vultures right now, just like on this like everyone.
So as far as the hex turn in the quarter day, so you've taken 1 quarter day, so it's you've got 3 remaining for the day. I do recommend taking a quarter day to rest, so that Sorry can recover.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
So when you rest, you recover all of your non-broken attributes. So as long as you haven't been reduced and maxed out all of your damage, you recover your.
I forgot to ask, how long does healing take as an action? Because if any of us actually have the skill healing, that might be an option in that last thing. Because there were like 2 characters not doing anything while we're tearing things apart and eating.
So healing would specifically end up having to be either strength or wits. You can't use the healing skill to recover empathy or what's the other one?
Yeah.
Ability.
Agility.
Agility.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, because I'm down wits. And I think Sorry was down wits as well, I think, from spellcasting.
Yes.
So if there is anyone able to heal or help us with those, because I'm down more than 1.
Well, I mean, if you take the rest action as a quarter day action, then yeah, you'll get it all.
I think that's
Is
our
that
best
a full
bet.
heal?
Mhm.
How much do you heal? Is that the entire pool?
Yeah, you get all of it back
Wow.
on a rest or sleep action. Basically, it's when you're broken, when you max out your damage and the amount of damage you've taken is equal to your score. That's where you get the bad stuff because you'll start rolling on the critical tables and potentially die. Like the critical tables can be lethal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So taking damage isn't bad, but you have to manage how much you have left and how much more you're going to take.
Yeah,
okay.
That's why it, especially with pushing rolls to generate, like, if you were pushing rolls constantly and getting a lot of willpower, and you had no way of quickly and easily recovering that would be very bad. So
And you keep your willpower that you built up, which is
yeah.
good.
And I keep my okay.
Yeah, you do.
That's good.
The
While
rest sounds like a good plan then.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
guess after we rest, I want to become cat again. I want to become a like a bird,
Okay.
some sort, just a nondescript. Like, no, put your tail down. Nondescript, like crow or something that we would have seen maybe in the forest.
You haven't seen any animals in the forest other than these wolves now. That's been one of the weird things since you've entered the forest.
Yep. Okay.
That's
I'm gonna do it.
weird.
A crow that I would have
Okay.
seen in a normal forest.
Okay.
And I just want to like fly up and get a bird's eye view of like I know the direction that they ran away in.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna ask you to give me a move roll.
Glowing light over there, or like.
I'm gonna ask you to give me a move roll
Okay.
as you fly up.
So while Starry's doing this, Sin wants to take a look around for any tracks that the wolves have left
Okay.
that are not from them running away from earlier.
Okay. Go ahead and give me. I'd say that scout or survival are both kind of applicable for that.
Okay.
Sorry, would you like to push that?
I can push that or I can cast it. Yeah, I'll push it.
Right.
Okay.
Here's my scouting roll.
Cat.
Ugh.
Okay,
Oh, there
so sorry, as you're flying up, you feel it's like something is pushing you down almost. And you have to struggle a lot to fly up. But you do manage to get up there, and you didn't have any veins, so you don't take any damage to your attributes. So you push yourself, and you manage to fly up and get somewhat of a bird's eye view, and you can kind of just see the hills closest to, or the forest closest to the hills over to the west looks darker than the rest of it. And it's almost like something is happening. Excuse me,
Okay.
is happening over there. Sin.
While
Sorry, go
while
ahead.
I'm up there, can I cast Hawk's Eye?
Yes, but before you do that, let's go ahead and take care of Sin looking around. Would you like to push that?
Yeah, I'll push.
Okay, so go ahead and it'll be one less on these attribute.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
so you'll take 2 damage to that attribute, but you got 2 successes. So you look around and you get a good sense that like normally you'd see a lot of different animal footprints in the forest, but here the only footprints you see are human or wolf. Among these, you see something like it's definitely a canine print, but it is big compared to wolves.
Can I determine how long ago it was put there?
I'd say you get somewhat of a sense that this seems like it was based on the pattern of the footprints and everything. It almost seems like this was a pattern of patrolling, like something walking through and looking over its area of control or something along those lines.
Interesting.
And this was probably around last night.
Really?
Yes.
Ooh.
This is
Okay.
somewhat fresh. So sorry for you. Go ahead and cast your spell.
Button and then hit the button.
Okay, no mishap, and you got power level 1. Meld your mind with that of a hawk and gain inhuman sight.
Does there have to be a hawk?
No, there doesn't.
Okay.
At least not my understanding of it.
Okay.
So you look out as you manage to just finally struggle up above the tree branches, and you kind of look in that direction of that darker forest to the west, and you can just like it's like piercing through just a small clearing and like seeing between the bunch of the trees and just get a small glimpse of it. There is a very large canine walking around there. It's got black fur, like pitch black, and it seems like wisps of shadow or something are drifting off of its fur.
Do not like. Awesome. Cool.
And are you doing anything further, or are you planning on going back down?
It's pretty hard to fly, and I know where we're going now.
Mm-hmm.
So I will just come back down, and I will tell everybody what I saw.
So as you start to come back down from circling up above, you just see a piercing red eye that just looks at you as you're going down.
Skitters, Blap, take a look at this.
What is it?
And I'll show them this abnormally large canine prints and note the pattern that they've walked in. Looks like it was from last night. Circling.
Very big dog.
Very big.
Very big bad dog.
But you, not again.
Also, it might have seen me.
It must be the boss then. Is it coming?
It's over. It's that way.
I clutch my head like I have a headache.
It saw a bird. It didn't see me. I'm sure it's okay. That's fine. We should.
But there are no birds around here. That's gonna be weird for them.
Yeah, did anybody wonder why there's no birds?
Yeah, but
This is
now
strange.
Because there's a predator in the area.
Yeah, but like birds can fly away from wolves.
Maybe the birds don't want to be here.
I don't want to be here either.
It does smell kind of bad.
I turned to
Saying
Sari.
something coming from me.
That's you that smells bad.
He's not. I
turned to
washed
Sari.
last week.
I turn to Sari and kind of smile. Probably ate all the birds. And then I start walking again.
Great.
Birds are tasty.
Great. That's great. That's great. Let's just go toward the thing that's eating everything. Mm-hmm.
I think we're ready to go then. I'll nudge Skitters. It's like, now that you finished wolfing down your food. And I'll like skip on ahead a little bit.
And then like you just see Skitters like she'll kind of like walks a little bit separate from the group, like she's gonna kind of stalk like adjacent to the group a little bit.
Okay.
She's kind of
someone
like
else with stealth. Yeah. Yeah, I will like skitter off to the right a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Did you
So
rest?
yes, you did take a quarter day of resting.
Okay.
So recover attribute damage for.
Was this after or before? Sari and I scouted.
I believe it was before.
Before, yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Sid, remember to like add a willpower point as well.
Oh yes, Sin.
From scouting.
Two of them.
And...
Two of them from the scouting because it
So
was
for
pushed.
two from scouting?
Yeah, because you had one bane in your original roll and one in your pushed roll.
Next time we get into combat, it's going to be insane.
Okay, so you've got two more quarter days remaining. I will note that you will need sleep at some point. It's getting to be a little bit late. It's now evening. Would you like to? What do you want to do with your remaining quarter days? Switching back over to the map view.
Oh, could we see on the hex map from scouting up top? Can we see on the map where this wolf roughly should be?
Roughly over. Oh God, the word rough. Over here.
Yeah, let's go that
by
way.
the hills.
Run to the.
These bad puns are gonna dog you for the rest of the stream.
Run for your life.
What if we like go out of the forest to the north
And just camp out there.
and camp out there? Maybe if we just go a 10-kilometer hex northwest,
Mm-hmm.
we'll be out of its sphere of influence. Maybe.
Okay, so it will take a quarter day of travel to get out of the forest.
Okay.
And then you'd still need to make a quarter day to set up camp.
As we head out of the forest, I want to try something. I want to take one of my torches and light it, and then leave it behind us as we're walking out. And one, I want to see if it burns the underbrush, and if it does, I'll stop it out. But if it doesn't, I'm just gonna leave it there.
So in the sense that you're like planting it in the ground, or
Yeah.
okay,
Kind of like a marker.
So go ahead and give me a roll on your torches consumable.
Okay.
To see if this reduces the number of torches you have.
Oh, I have no torches. That's a problem.
Oh, okay.
Hey, does anybody have a torch?
Grab some sticks or stuff nearby, wrap something around about it, stuff like that, and then like hand it to him. I have Boyer. Just give him a makeshift stake or something for the ground that'll hold up.
Have some fat from the wolf.
From the wolf, yep. If nothing else, actually cut off some of the hide or something like that and wrap it around the torches so it's an obvious for marker or something.
See, my question is, are they attracted to fire? Or do they stay away from it?
Wolves generally run away from fire. Most animals do.
True,
It burns.
but also most animals do not attack for sport.
Nah, but a steak set on fire or something like that isn't attacking them. The big one might go for it.
Consider it an experiment.
We'll see.
Yeah. I don't think the normal ones would, but the big one might.
So if it goes for this one,
Yeah. Because you're impeding on its territory.
well, if we camp outside the forest and we light a fire out there, and we light a fire in here, they're more likely going to go to the one that's in their territory.
Yeah. Are there any elves in that forest? Because I think you might be a bit ticked off that you're setting fire to the forest too.
I don't think there's anything in that forest except
No.
those wolves.
Oh, good point. If there are elves in there, it'd be dead already. Or we're gonna find a bunch of dead elves and they taste fun. Right. So yeah, fire in the forest, fire outside. Got it. Yeah.
I point to my elvish ears.
Is there anything you won't eat? Vegetables?
Dog poo.
Okay.
Tastes like crap.
We'll find some for you.
I'm gonna try to light a fire using Black's makeshift torch mechanism.
Okay, that's fine. You managed to. Oh, actually, give me a survival roll.
Okay.
See how. Or actually, no. I'm sorry. Black, give me a craft roll.
I can do that, and I have a knife. Therefore, I can get gear.
Yep, the gear count is a +1 because it's a knife.
Yeah, makes sense.
Cool. Right.
Would you like to push that?
No.
Okay. I will point out, if you push that, you're going to damage your knife.
Oh.
That's why I said no.
Okay.
So I was wanting to check there that because it would get me willpower back, but it would damage the knife and
It wouldn't get you willpower, actually. You only get willpower from Banes on attribute dice.
Oh.
Yeah.
I hadn't read that. Cool. What happens if you get Bane on skill dice?
You don't. There's no Bane on skill dice. Yeah, skill dice have 1 through 5 as numbers, and they don't matter for anything. Okay, so you got one success. So you managed to fashion something together that acts functionally like a torch-like thing. You plant it in the ground.
Hey, Black was here.
I'll pick up
You
Black's
didn't see
helmet and put it back on his head.
Didn't see that. Didn't happen. Nah.
Cover yourself.
Okay, so what would you all like to do for the hex turn? Are you going to go ahead and move out, knowing that you'll have to make camp and then sleep, or...
I mean,
Don't damage me nose protector, damn it.
if it was patrolling here last night, it might be patrolling here again tonight. And
Right, and if we get out of its territory, then
I think it's worth the time.
Okay, so what are you
Sounds
doing?
good. Are you making camp?
Well, first of all, are you actually getting out of the woods?
I think so.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I think
that's
The
so
forest.
that's going to take a quarter day of hiking to walk that 10 kilometers ish.
Okay.
So who is taking the lead and who is keeping watch?
Do you want? I think. Do you want Skitters to take care of the survival roll this time
Sure.
and get a rest?
Okay. And who is keeping watch? Okay.
What's the watch roll? Oh, scouting.
Yes, scouting.
I should
I can assist with watch as well if necessary. I'm at scouting 5.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and do Skitters doing the survival roll. You're letting.
Oh,
It's interesting that you're letting Skitters take the lead.
wait a minute. If you're doing survival-y type rolls, you can either find food or find water, right?
That's during hunt
Yeah.
or forage. One or both.
Yeah,
of
during
those.
forage. Right, so the keeping watch one is scouting. This, what's the survival roll for?
So the only ones that you can do for hiking. So somebody takes the lead, and the survival roll is to ensure that you get to the next hex without getting harmed or anything.
Lost.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you'll always get to the next hex, but there's consequences if you fail the taking the lead roll.
And the scout roll is to see if there is a fail on the survival, then we can see the ambush happening.
Yeah.
Right. And there's no other actions you can take during a hike?
Yeah, during a hike, you can either hike, take the lead, or keep watch.
Okay.
And of course, it's an opportunity if you need to eat or drink.
I may have brought some extras with me from the wolf that I wouldn't bother preparing. We'll just grab some for the trip.
That's fine. So I'm only going to really worry about food and drink when you are specifically doing it for the sake of not getting the conditions.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
If you're just kind of narratively eating a snack or something, then it's no big deal.
Constantly eating snacks.
Constantly drinking.
See?
I just nervously chew on my fingernails.
Okay, so where would you like to go on this quarter? You can go up to 2 hexes away.
Where are we going?
I think if we keep heading, northwest.
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Make
the
that
group
roll.
heads up. Give me your survival roll, please.
All right.
Would you like to push that roll, or are you fine with a single success?
You know what? I'll push it.
Okay.
Okay. So clear,
Yes, you will, Per.
and then
So it'll be 1 attribute and 2 skill.
okay. Yeah. There we
Okay,
go.
so 2 successes.
Okay.
So you got 1 damage to survival's wits, right? Yeah. So you
Yeah.
take 1 to wits, and you gain 1 willpower.
Okay.
And your party makes it safely over to the next hex.
And I want to be trying to pay attention, if I could feel when I was a bird, that it was hard to fly, and it was just kind of weird.
Mhm.
I want to be paying attention, do I feel like we're out of that unnatural area?
Yeah,
Or that-
as you get closer to the edge of the forest, and as you leave the forest, you feel that kind of oppressive weight that you felt since being in the forest kind of lifting, and feels like it's easier to breathe. It's just less uncomfortable being outside.
Then yes, we can camp here.
And then, so actually assistance, which I think I was wrong on earlier, I think we'll look up the specifics of assistance later. But so we'll just have Sin go ahead and make the scouting roll.
Okay,
And we
6
can
cents. 6 cents. I add 1 for just in case enemies try to ambush.
Mm-hmm. And that's added to skill.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Oh wow.
Okay. Would you like to push that?
No.
Okay. So you get 2 successes. You don't have any ambushes or anything happen. You make it over successfully. And surprisingly, like, you're not accosted by any wolves or anything coming out.
How's the flora as we're walking around? We know what the wildlife is like, animal-wise, but what's the plant life doing?
As far as you've seen, it's been somewhat normal. As you go farther west, since you were actually heading out of the forest as you went farther west, like, you didn't see much change from that. So far, it's just been pretty normal flora.
Okay. I also marked on the map the hex that we placed that torch thing in.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna move it up a little just so that it's a little more visible to me.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so it's now nighttime. It's dark. What would you like to do? Would you like to make camp? Okay, so the make camp action is somewhere here.
And we can talk about our
There we are.
Our feelings.
plan.
Yeah, coming up with a plan is probably a good idea. So make camp. So it is going to take a whole quarter day to make camp and then a quarter day to sleep. Only one person has to roll to make camp, but others can help if you'd like.
And make camp is a survival.
I think so.
Thank you, Marathi.
Yeah, assisting rules, super simple. Just plus
Okay.
1 skill die. You have to be there and able to help, like physically able to do the task. And up to, you can get any number of people can technically help you. You get a maximum of 3 bonus dice.
Okay.
Plus 1 from
So
each
all
person.
of us. Okay, so easy.
And NPCs count for that. If you can get an NPC to help you with something and they have the appropriate skill and ability and stuff like that, they can help you and give you plus 1s. Or you can help an NPC.
That's really nice.
And it works in combat.
Yes.
Okay,
Good.
so
If you're assisting with melee, you have to have the ability to do melee. So have a staff or knife or something.
So taking the time to make camp, you can have just one person make camp while the others do something else, or people can assist. So who is going to? So making camp itself is a survival roll. Who's going to make camp?
I can do that.
Okay.
Okay. So what is everyone else going to do?
Assisting.
Okay.
I'll assist.
Is there anything else possible while camping?
Yes. While somebody's making camp, somebody else can fish. Somebody else can hunt, forage. You can have somebody keep watch. Explore.
I'll keep watch.
Okay.
Okay. Explore would only apply to a specific adventure site, which you're outside of right now. So.
I am going to forage for water.
Okay, so let's go ahead and take care of foraging first.
People were running short on water. I know Sorry was, so.
A little bit, yeah.
So if I forage for water, if I succeed at it, everyone gets enough water to fill the water skills to D12.
Nice.
Straight.
Oh, awesome.
It just refills everyone's water skins.
Cool.
Yep. Okay, so go ahead and give me a forage roll.
Which is a survival, I believe.
Yes, I believe so. Yes, survival roll. Modified by the terrain type, which the terrain, so it'd be -1 on the skill. Do me a favor and roll a negative skill die.
Yep.
Also, interestingly, it says it's a
Shit.
Would you like to push that?
Yeah, well.
Okay, go ahead and push.
Which is 3
So-
attributes and where'd the gear dice come from? What?
Oh, weird.
It was probably still in there from your craft. if you didn't click clear.
I cleared the pool, but yeah. I cleared the pool, but didn't click out the window. So was that 3 attribute?
Yep, 3 attribute.
And that's push. Yes, I did.
Oh no.
Oof. Okay,
no.
so
Did you pee in my water skin?
Oh.
I walked up, I peed in the river, and then walked downstream.
Oh no.
Hey, the water just tastes a bit weird. What are you worried about?
Tastes like
so
rotten wolf meat.
So you don't find any food or water. You don't find any food or water, and you suffer a mishap. So go ahead and roll a d6, and if you would all like to see the mishap tables, they're under rules references, journeys, mishaps, and it's foraging mishaps. Or alternatively, it's on page 150.
No. Oh no.
No.
So
mishaps. Foraging mishaps.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness. Oh, it's that table.
Yeah, it's not. Oh boy.
So Blatt, you want to give me a roll?
No.
No.
Even though you don't want to, will you?
No, I'm trying to find the dice thing. There it is. I knew there was a dice thing somewhere. D6.
Yep.
A 2.
A 2 is leeches. 1 point of damage to strength. The leeches can be removed by making a successful healing roll. If you fail the roll, you suffer another point of damage, but manage to get them off anyway. So go ahead and give me a healing roll.
Good thing
What was survival? Survival was wits.
Was
wits.
So you take 2 wits.
I get 2 points of willpower though.
Yep.
Because they were both to. Oh wait a minute! I used a point for spell. Why didn't that update? So I got 3 willpower. Yeah. Oh no, 4 willpower. Yeah. Healing roll.
Yep. Healing
roll.
Since I'm keeping watch, do I see him do this?
I'd say probably not.
No, I'm just jumping up and down the river or something like that. This is not unnormal for me.
You think it's a river?
Eat those leeches. Get that blood back.
Yes. Pull the leeches off.
Oh God.
It's like, wow, these things suck. Not sorry.
No, we know you're not sorry.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I did succeed at my heal roll.
Okay, so you only take 1. Would you like to push your heal roll?
What is healing based on? Empathy. Oh god, you don't need me any more than I already am. No, I'll take. I only have 1 strength damage.
Huh. Wait, you only have 1? Oh, 1 strength total.
Well, it did me 1 point of damage.
Yeah, it did you 1 point.
And I succeeded at healing, so I removed the leeches.
Yeah, so you only took 1. I thought you were saying you had only 1 point in strength, which would have been bad.
Just have killed you.
No, when I first created the character, I only had a strength of 2, and I was like, nah.
Okay, Sin, if you want to go ahead. Well, actually, Skitters, you were going to help Sorry make camp, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I will put the leeches in a pouch though.
Okay. Sin, go ahead and give me a scouting roll.
Yep. Is this based on like ambushing?
Yeah, it's basically the same scouting. Since you're making camp, it wouldn't so much be ambushing because you are in one place. It'd be more an attacker coming. So no ambushing.
All right. I'm just so the way I think about this as Skitters and Sorry are setting up camp behind me. I'm just keeping an eye on the tree line, just looking for anything strange.
Okay.
People are strange.
Would you like to push that?
Before I do, I just want to ask a clarification question.
Okay.
Basically like resting that heals all damage to attributes, right?
Yes. Okay. As long as it's not broken.
Then I will push it.
Okay.
Push it.
Push it real good.
Okay, so you take 1 point of damage, gain 1 willpower, and you got a success. So during this, you notice that they stop at the edge of the woods, but a couple during this period, because it's about a 6-hour period, several times a couple of wolves like come up and just stare at you from the forest. Like they stay within the tree line, but they're staring at you and then walking away. And then a little bit later, another visibly different group will come and do the same.
That's completely normal.
Yep.
I will engage in the staring contest with the wolf.
You can't break eye contact first. It's a dog. You have to establish dominance.
Sorry, go ahead and roll survival. You've got +1 to your skill from Skitters' help.
Skill.
Would you like to push that?
Yes.
Okay.
So I take off 2.
Okay,
I
you succeed.
rolled it again instead of pushing. Does that matter?
No, it's fine. Because the only thing that's really important, because the push button just puts a pushed die roll in the chat log.
Okay.
So you manage to succeed, and you take the 2 points of damage to willpower, or not willpower, wits for survival.
Yep.
And you gain 2 willpower.
Yep.
And you have succeeded, so there's no mishap roll.
Nice.
I'm a little sad. Okay, so you've successfully made camp. Blatt has come back empty-handed, except for a bunch of leeches.
I didn't find any good water. It was all like yellow and weird. I didn't think any of it. It didn't look too good. But I heard. I think it was an herbalist. Might have been a crazy old lady. Mentioned that leeches are good for healing, right? Right?
Oh,
I think
God.
Certain things.
Yeah. Got some!
Has it been more than 4 hours?
Are they dead?
Well, there are 4 in here, and they are ours.
Oh my God.
Okay, then you
damn
don't
it.
Okay. Admittedly, they do bite like little beggars, though. What? See, this way to get them, you jump in, they go, look, and you're like, point, got one.
That's a way to catch leeches.
It works.
It nips for a while, but yeah. You just put a little bit, you grab a little bit of the mud, you know, a little bit of twig,
So
you
no
rub them
water.
together, and you go plunk.
I will note that this happened during the... So I'll note that you...
Wait, water. I forgot about the water. I get distracted by the leeches.
So you traveling out of that hex for the forest was the evening, and so making camp was happening at night and foraging. So it was definitely dark while you were doing all this. So it's now the morning quarter day of the next day. Everybody's eaten and had water before, so we got that covered. That said, sleep is important. So who is going to sleep, and is anybody going to keep watch while the others sleep? I will note...
I can think Skitters can keep watch, I think.
Okay.
Good, I have a fucking headache.
Yeah, I'm gonna sleep.
Everybody who is sleeping, recover all of your attribute points. Skitters, go ahead and give me a scouting roll for keeping watch during the night.
Before we go to sleep, I am going to mention, by the way, they're watching us. And I point back to the wolf I was having a staring contest with.
Keep an eye out.
Well, if they're all the way over there and the wolves, how they hurt us?
Go
They
to
come
sleep.
by with our sleeping.
No.
Skitters, go ahead and give me a scouting roll. It's going to be -1 because of the dark.
Okay.
But I think I'll add a +1 because Sin had alerted you to the ones keeping an eye out. So it'll just be your normal scouting roll.
All right, please.
Okay, you got a success. Would you like to push that?
Sure.
Okay. So it'll be 1 attribute and 1 skill die.
Hey.
There
Okay.
we go.
Yes.
So you'll take 1 point to scouting is based on wits.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1 point to wits. You'll gain a willpower, and you've succeeded. Nothing comes for you in the night. But at some point during the night, though, the wolves have stopped coming to the edge of the forest to look.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I'm sorry, it's technically in the morning, so it's not actually dark, so that would have been wrong. So you would have actually had +1 skill. So go ahead and roll an extra skill die.
Okay.
See how it turns out. Okay.
No.
That was an attribute instead of a skill, but 3 is still fine either way. Okay, so at some point in the morning, you just see this red, like something glowing red inside, and it's not the torch.
Yeah.
It's just
You just see Skitter's like over the shrubbery, just kind of lower her head and just like, and just kind of like go back to the camp. Or
okay. So Skitters, because you did not get any sleep, you are going to take the tired condition.
Okay.
When you are tired, sleepy, you cannot recover wits except through magic.
Okay.
If your wits are broken while sleepy, which they're not, so you don't have to worry about that, take a point of damage to your wits each day. So go ahead and take 1 point of damage to wits.
Okay.
If this damage breaks your wits, you'll collapse and sleep for at least a quarter day. As soon as you've slept for at least a quarter day, you're no longer sleepy, and you can begin to recover wits normally.
Okay.
So it is morning. Are you all going to immediately go into the woods? Or are you going to try to do something else so that Skitters can have some chance to sleep? What would you like to do?
Well, we do need to talk.
We need to talk to... We seem to be reasonably safe out here, and we know it's in there, and Wet knows we're here. Therefore, Skitter's getting some sleep gives us a chance to try and forage for water again.
Sure.
And yeah, just prep before we walk in, because we want everyone to be fresh and stuff.
I kind of want to go check on my fire experiment.
Okay.
That means going into the forest.
Woods? You're not going into the woods alone.
Wait, it's gotta be there regardless. It's either messed it up or it hasn't.
It's just waiting for one of us to go on their own.
Yeah, and it'll eat you.
It knows we're here.
And I've got to say, you do smell it. You taste pretty good.
I will say, you can definitely take the hike action alone.
Yeah, not a good idea.
Could I do it stealthily?
I will walk along behind you and sing at the top of my lungs. And you know I'll do it. You know it. I will.
You have no regard for your safety.
I know. I'm going to regard for my safety, but stop saying being an idiot. I'm meant to be the idiot in this group, not you. Wait. Oh, no. Hey.
Skitters will kind of get up to Blatt and just look, like, kind of, like, get very close. Just like, can you run faster than he can?
Probably.
Just checking.
The goblin's a funny one.
I like pizza.
Do we know how far in, or would I know how far in my little experiment is?
I'll leave that to you. Like, it's still in the other hex, so you'd have to hike to go get it. But it's up to you how far into the woods itself it is.
Into the woods to get the thing. I would say I would have liked to put it like 100 feet in, so it's still visible from the outside.
Okay.
Then how about this? Because it's still visible from the outside, if someone wants to come hunting with me along the edge of the woods, I can check on my thing, and we can still get food.
I'd allow that.
Yeah.
Alternatively, you do have somebody who has the type of magic that can let her see from horizon to horizon. Just so that the group knows all of your options.
I like the fact you came up with what I was about to say in character. Well, sorry, on the assumption that we know you can do that. Sorry.
Yeah.
do we know that you can do that? Like, do we know that you can like see that distance? Have you ever let us actually know you're doing it?
I mean, I flew up as a regular crow, and I told you exactly what I saw.
Yeah, but crows have
Yeah.
decent eyesight as far as we know.
It's like two at that point. How many hexes away was it? 1, 2.
Oh,
That was like
wow, yeah.
3
So like,
hexes away.
right.
So you know I can see pretty well.
Actually, sorry, where are you?
Yep.
Can you see it from here?
So what? I wasn't
The thing
paying
we
attention.
planted. The thing we planted. The
The-
thing that was in fire.
Oh, sure. Is that all we want to look at?
Well, see if it's still there. See if it's done anything to it. See if it's like mangled it or destroyed it or left it alone or if we've set half the forest on fire.
I mean,
Or if the forest can even be set on fire.
we would. Okay, sure.
I think we would.
Oh,
would notice.
you can set forests on fire.
Well,
Actually, that's not a bad idea.
That's a really bad idea. We spent 7 weeks
bad
running from the damn elves.
Okay.
I don't like it when you do that.
No.
I was,
Admittedly, I'll look at Sen. It's like, hey, it wasn't me that time.
uh-huh.
It
I
wasn't.
will-
It was our shaman. He was doing his weird jumpy about dancey thing, and he just took the coals out the fire and forgot to cast his protective spell first. So he burnt his hair out, and threw it away, like landed it in a bunch of like hazel bushes or something. The whole bloody forest went up.
okay, while he's talking, I'm already doing it.
Okay. Go ahead and give me the roll.
I'm just staring at Black, just like point blank.
I helped put it out. Mostly by like running away from the war chief. But you know, when you
Okay.
got like a 20-ton orc running around behind you, stomping on bushes, it puts the fire out.
It's
So-
too fucking loud.
Sorry.
I would like to look at the torch and then also to where I saw the big dog.
Okay. So as you look to the torch, it definitely looks like something like you know where it was, and you can actually, with your eyesight, you can actually even see the bit of the ground where it was plugged in. It's not there anymore.
Okie dokie.
It's been taken out. As you look back over towards the hills, there's still a bunch of trees in the way, so you can't get a very good shot of it. But you can still kind of, every now and then, just make out the trees kind of, not necessarily swaying in a breeze, because most of the trees seem to be unnaturally still, but you can kind of see them shake a little bit, and you can, every now and then, just get a tiny glimpse of something large stepping through. Something large and something very dark.
So it's definitely still there in the place where I saw it.
Yeah, it's down in this
I
area.
didn't get anything extra. Just that that's the bad place. We should go there.
Yeah. You also do note that, like, the wolves seem to avoid that area. Like the
Oh, there's
regular
no
wolves.
normal wolves there.
Yes.
Just the big one.
Yeah. Like,
Hence why
you
they
keep...
like-
And you can catch this because you keep seeing the wolves everywhere else, and you don't get any glimpses of them where the big one is.
Okay.
Hence why they whimpered. They want to stay away from.
They really
like,
are scared of it.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't know if
Wait.
it's like telling them to do stuff.
So
Ooh.
I will note that this thing that Sari is doing is not taking up a quarter day.
Sin, you said the wolves were coming out and like watching from the edge of the woods, right?
Yeah.
If we were to move a little bit forward, so we're still kind of out of range of so we could shout to them or something. And
Okay.
Sari was to do her animal thing.
Mhm.
Then, if we were to wait for the wolves to get near and then have a chat with them where they're not trying to eat us and let them know that we're going to go up and kick its fluffy tail out the wood, do you think we might be able to get the help?
Here's the thing. When they were watching, they were in shifts. Like they were organized.
Right, so they're big ones smart. Wolves are smart.
Wolves are really smart. They'll like deliberately ambush you and flank you and stuff.
When I was taking that watch, was like systematic?
Yes, definitely. It was
on
you
the
could,
hour,
yeah,
on the hour.
yeah. The
kind of thing.
timing was down to like military precision.
And
there's something
Sin having his background in those kinds of things, you would recognize that kind of
you could
sternness.
You could recognize it wasn't only intended as the wolves. Like, it probably wasn't at all intended as the wolves keeping an eye on you.
Mhm.
It was a threat, like an intentional means of threatening you. They wanted whatever was happening. These wolves seem to want you to know that they are watching you and they see you and stay out.
Great.
I relay that information to the group as Blatt on the reaction to what Blatt said. So
wait a minute. If they're in the woods and it has some form of control of things with them in the woods, how about getting closer and telling them to, at least for a little bit, like half a day or something, leave the wood?
I don't think they can.
I don't think they want to. That's the thing.
Or that.
They're being threatened by a power larger than themselves to essentially work.
Controlled.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how far does that control go? If it's only the wood and we get the wolves to leave the wood, maybe they won't be able to control them anymore.
If we get close enough to their territory, then we're probably not invading on their space. I'm curious as to how far we can get along the edge, as you said, little goblin one. When does the wolf watch end, and the influence of the shitty thing begin?
Probably when they close their eyes.
From an outside perspective?
Only if they've got spells.
I think our best bet is to avoid as many normal wolves as possible. Go around the outside of the forest, and get as close as we can to this large.
I'd say at this point,
there, right?
I'd say at this point you've got enough of an idea, and especially sorry you would have enough familiarity that this is probably a warg.
Called it.
Have you guys heard of these things?
It's a warg. Told ya. It's like little ones are that, baby wolves are that size, big wolves are this size, and wargs are like big enough to eat me.
Everything is bigger than you, Blatt.
Hey, oi! You're big. Well, you're a little bit bigger than me.
I can be bigger than you.
You just see like Skitter shifting. It's a giant smart wolf.
Made of shadows, and it saw me.
Wait, what?
Yeah, when I was a bird, there was like a big red eye, and it.
And
like,
they'll recognize you.
Well, they do have glowy red eyes, but shadow?
What? It's just like like if it was dripping with water, but it wasn't water.
Wait, so you mean like literal black tendrils of stuff?
That is what I said.
It could be possessed.
That's not a normal warg. The wargs smell bad. They usually drip blood and fur and other nasty stuff, but they don't drop shadow.
So let's not waste any time fighting these probably mind-controlled and probably relatively innocent wolves.
Yeah.
Let's just go for the big bad.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm saying this.
You should go through it for the day.
Let's go toward the bat thing.
Yeah. let's go fight the big bad wolf before he blows the nearby town's houses down.
Okay, so we are right up on time, pretty much. So we can go ahead and pick that up next session, which will be next Thursday at the same time. However, we can go ahead and take care of this first quarter day where Skitters is sleeping, and whatever so Skitters, go ahead and clear all of your attributes.
All right. Nap time.
Except for wits, because you're sleepy, you don't recover all of them. You just clear the sleepy condition, keep your wits damage, and you'll need the rest later to get your wits back.
All right.
So what is everyone else doing during this quarter day?
I'm going to see if I can find some water that someone hasn't paid in.
Okay. So you're going to forage for water.
I don't even see anyone nearby. Who is peeing water?
Sin is gonna hunt along the tree line.
Okay.
But not in the forest, because there's no animals in the forest.
No.
Take Skitters with you.
Okay, so
she's sleeping.
Yeah, Skitters is sleeping.
Oh, I could tell she was being quiet.
Sorry, what would you like to do during this quarter day?
I am probably going to, like, if Blat leaves anything behind when he goes to find water, I'm just going to go through his stuff.
Okay.
And, like, I don't really care, like, I don't take anything. I just, like, let's see what he has.
I actually don't have anything. I don't have so much that I have anything to leave behind. I have what you see on me as I'm traveling about. Pretty much it.
Like, you have to have like a bag of fresh. You have a bag of leeches. Don't say you don't have anything.
And they're in that pocket.
Speaking of, mark the bag of leeches on your inventory and treat it as a normal item.
Fair enough. I'm not sure how. Actually, I've got animal handling. If there's a way to keep them alive without feeding them my own blood, like, you know, small animals or something that I managed to catch, well, I'll keep them alive.
Just put it in the same bag as the wolf meat.
Oh God.
I'll just go through anybody's stuff. I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah. You will if you're paying attention as I'm like walking up something like that. I have my leather cap, my leather, and you'll have seen me rummage through a bag at points. I have got a horn hanging off my belt. I carry a staff. I have a sling, much like yours. I have a knife you've seen me to dig things up with. Also, hanging around a chain on my neck that I will have played around you before. I've got a flute.
Okay.
I'm not particularly good. I'm good enough at it, but I'd be lucky if I could make money from it.
Not really good at anything.
Okay, so Sin, if you are going,
you'll have seen me use it as part of my spells.
Sin, if you are hunting, so
Arrows?
let's see. This ends up working as
Arrows,
so first, well, you start with a survival roll to locate your prey.
Roll.
Wow, you can't even push that. You got 2 successes.
Nice.
Find some kind of prey. So give me a d6 to see what you find. Okay, and you can roll one more because you got multiple successes.
Oh, whoops.
1d67.
Whoa.
So would you like to find a mouse or a deer?
Oh dear.
Okay, so you go after a deer.
Mm-hmm.
Success means you find it. You found what it is. Now you need to make a marksmanship since you're using a weapon and not a trap.
Should I use my longbow, or should I roll for longbow, or should I roll for marksmanship?
Use your longbow since that's what you're using to hunt.
Yeah, ready?
So you've got deer. So go ahead and make your roll.
Oh God.
Yeah. Ooh.
Would you like to push that?
No.
Okay, cool. So you got a success. So So you get so your hunt yields 5 units of meat and 3 pelts. 3 units of
Nice.
pelt.
Oh, nice.
Five meat.
Yes, 5 meat and
3 pelt.
So you can so eating the meat, it needs to be turned into food by somebody who can cook, who's got the chef talent, or at an inn, within 1 day. Yeah, within a day, or the meat will be spoiled.
Okay.
The pelts can be turned into leather at a tannery, optionally. So that's what you found.
Okay, I will.
Yeah, just mark them in your inventory, and we can work out the specifics after the stream.
Okay.
And then next up, Skitters was sleeping. Blat was foraging. So go ahead and make your survival roll.
I'm attempting to find unspoiled water.
Okay.
Oh, clear dice pool. Ha ha ha. Survival.
Yep.
And roll.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Would you like to push? Would you like to push to get more willpower?
No, because I don't think we're resting before we move on.
Okay. Cool. So, yeah, you managed to find everybody take your water under your consumables up to a D12.
Yeah.
Can I do anything with that extra success?
No, there's not anything extra for that. So that is going to be it for episode 1. Thank you everybody for playing, and thank you everyone in chat for stopping by. I had a lot of fun with this.
Yeah, that's cool.
We will handle experience awards after this, just because it'll take a bunch of time going through each of the questions and everything. And we will see you all next week at the exact same time. Yeah. Thanks for watching.
So sorry.
Hey.
Goodbye, farewell, I'll be the same.